the Wicklow Mountains in Baltinglass in the background. What a setting here. It is a bit Baltic though in Baltinglass, I have to say. It's windy, it's cold, there's a bit of drizzle about, but the atmosphere is very, very warm. In fact, it's absolutely electric. On Facebook already, Linda Devlin says best of luck to Jude's, and to Trina Devlin from Simon and Linda watching in London today. So we have an audience far away from here, and I'm sure we'll get messages from people even further away. We are here for the CurrentAccount.ie All Ireland Junior Championship final, and it is the two captains out in the middle, St Jude's against Mullinahone, and the captain has just thrown away her bib out there. That's number 6 out in the middle, and that is Molly Walsh, the captain, and the other captain is out there is Aoife Keys, getting their photograph taken now. So the two captains out in the middle with the referee. There he is now. That's Barry Redmond from Wexford getting their photograph taken. Now this could be important, and it looks like Molly Walsh has won that, and she's deciding to play from left to right. That means that she is playing with the strong wind on her back, and that is a wise decision. That could be very influential in this game. The wind going, well, I was trying to check it out earlier, but certainly if you go by the flags that are way down to the right hand side, you can see that they are, looks like the wind is sort of going at least down the pitch, if not across the pitch, but certainly it looks like Mullinahone have got first blood there. They have won that one. Harry Walsh says best of luck to the Judes, and my niece Aoife Walsh, sorry I couldn't make it. Well, you've got it here, you're able to watch it here. Shout out to Lucy White from Limerick. Told you there was people watching from all over the place. Paul Rutledge says good luck to Naomh Kerr from Sir Bridget's and Ballybay. Yeah, she's a Monaghan girl. She's playing centre half forward, so she is in there. So keep those messages coming on Facebook. We're also on YouTube as well. Right, let's go through the teams. Let's go to St Jude's first of all. And there are 3 changes to this 15 now, so stick with me here. At number 7, Naomh Murphy is not starting. That's Leah Butler, 18. Number 10, Aoife Rocket is not starting. She is replaced by 20, Aisling Gannon. She's a twin sister of Claire at number 4, and Aisling got a goal in the last game. We're not too surprised to see Aisling starting. The other change, number 15, Hannah Begley is not starting. She is replaced by 24, Quiva McGrath. Those are 3 changes for the Judes. Let's move on and have a look at Mullinahone. No changes for the girls. I was going to say from Tipperary, but you know what? It's a Kilkenny-Tipperary cross-border thing down there. It's very interesting. Denise Gall, for example, at 14, of course, has won 4 All-Stars as a Camogie Kilkenny senior star. She's kind of new to football and kind of new to Mullinahone at the age of 31, but she got a goal in the Munster final, 2 points in the semi-final, and she is definitely one to watch. Other than that, I have to say, around the team there, really, really young team. Emma Cody at number 5, for example, only 20. Jennifer Brett on the other side, only 21, and they will fly up and down the wings. And Aoife O'Brien at number 4 is only 16. So a very, very young team there from Mullinahone. An amazing excitement in the village down there. But what a story it is in Mullinahone. Would you believe it? Kilkenny people today will be cheering for Tipperary. Have you ever heard the like of it? Cross-border stuff down there. They'll be wearing the green and red. It is hurling country. It's a small, small place. There's Windgap on one side, there's Mullinahone, and the population given online, by the way, in 2016 for Mullinahone was 499. I hope they've made the 500 by now. I'm sure they have. Their manager is Paul Kelly, an All-Ireland winner, of course, himself, and a brother of Owen Kelly, an older brother, 2 All-Stars himself. And in there he's got Mary O'Shea, Dara O'Brien and Jack Lonergan. And of course, the Mary O'Shea story, well, what do you want from me? 1974, played in the very first Ladies Gaelic Football All-Ireland final. She won 3 medals, would you believe, 74, 75 and 1980. 2 daughters out there today. What a story, uniting Ladies Gaelic Football at the start and at the present time. Now we're going to have a minute silence, and it will be for Susan Gordon from St Jude's.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention, please. This afternoon, we would like to remember Susan Gordon of St Jude's, who passed away very suddenly and unexpectedly on the 30th of January. Susan was a young mum and a very popular coach in the St. Jude's Academy. The St. Jude's Club is devastated by her loss, and we extend our sympathies to her husband, Ronan Howard, her 2 girls, and to the Gordon and Howard families. Ar yesterday forever Hannah, and we will now pause for a moment's silence on the referee's whistle. Initial Kharja, Shazagikam Aaron Naveen.
Oh, the shivers, and it's not just because it's cold, it's because there is huge excitement here, a huge crowd here. Means so much to these girls. John Reid is watching from Auckland, New Zealand. He says good luck to both teams, hi to all in Wicklow. John, I wish you were here, even though I'm sure it's a lot warmer there. What a final we have lined up here. We are really, really looking forward to this game. So we are close. The referee, Barry Redmond, is out in the middle. The teams are in their huddles or just breaking away from them, and they're getting ready for the start of the game. Neither team has been in the final before. No Tipperary team has ever won this before. One was in the final, Kappa White, back in 2002, and they lost. So who will it be? Will it be City or will it be Country? So referee Barry Redmond about to throw the ball in. They usually have to look for a ball, but he's got that in place there in the middle of the field, and he's got the 4 players. I'm looking around to see if there's any changes. Just to remind you, it looks like Mullinahone have the wind behind them. Quite a strong wind as well. Aoife Keys has already moved from midfield, number 9, the captain of St. Jude's, up to full forward. That's at the end where she will be playing into the wind, but of course that's where she's been playing most of the time. I expected her to go in for the throw-in. She didn't, which means Mullinahone have the extra height there, and they win it right at the start. They win the ball, and it is indeed number 8 there, Nicole Shelley, who gets the ball right from the start. Gives it to her captain, Molly Walsh. Now they're looking up to see where they can play it, and they're going to try and drive forward. Now they're looking for that direct ball into the full forward area, and there it goes, and in there is Lorraine O'Shea. She got a goal in the semi-final. She could have set one up right away, and she has for her sister. Aoife O'Shea has scored the first goal, and it's after only 20 seconds, would you believe it? Their mother played in the first ever Ladies Gaelic Football All-Ireland final in 1974. She's in the management now, and she's a proud woman. What a start for Mullinahone. The O'Shea girls combining. Now this is Denise Gall coming out around the middle of the field. And I did say the wind would be a factor. I didn't think it would be that much of a factor so early. But they did hold the ball up. They just didn't kick it in. They waited and they got the ball right. They were patient. This is Emma Cody, number 5, trying to get up. She's got support from Shelley. An electric start to this game for the team from Tipperary. That's O'Shea again. She got a goal. She's moved into the full forward area. She's been shepherded out by the fullback Emily Brown. It's laid off by Keneally. And the kick comes in high, and it looks quite good from here, you know, and I think it is good. It is. Waiting for the approval from the umpire and from the crowd. And it is 1-1 to no score. And that point was taken by Catherine Foley. She has two cousins in the Cubs, in the subs rather. And that's of course what you get at this level. Lots of relatives. There's the ball from Gall again, and she is looking for O'Shea again. Definitely not playing at midfield, although wearing number 9. What an impact she has made at the start of this game. I am trying as I go, as I talk to you, to delete scammers' messages. They're all over the Ladies Gaelic Football Facebook page. I'm deleting them as much as I can. They're a scourge. Please do not be fooled by them. Do not pay in. This is free, thanks to the Ladies Gaelic Football Association. It's Shelley coming forward, and she has actually been penalised, so it will be a free out to Jude's. A little bit of respite for the girls from Templeogue and Dublin, and they will appreciate that because it looked like Shelley was through, but she was bursting through illegally. So St Jude's playing into the wind, and a goal down after only a few seconds, but this is Aisling Gannon for them. You see 20s and 24s out there, and that's because they are starting the game. They had 3 changes, pretty much expected changes, but they didn't name them during the week. So the match program, for example, is wrong, but 3 changes to the starting lineup that they give in during the week. Aisling Gannon, one of them. Now, Chloe Gunn, loads of grass in front of her, and she runs into that grass and then sees the opportunity to give it into Lorraine O'Shea. It worked the last time. They're going to try and work it again, and she shoots, and this time great covering there by Laura Doherty, the 24-year-old, getting across. Now there is going to be a free in, but the obvious danger is there from that move. They're trying to get the ball into Lorraine O'Shea, and she is the target, and you can see why. She is dangerous in there. Now, if you know your saints, you know that St Jude is the patron saint of desperate and lost causes. We're not saying that just yet, but if that goal had went in, they might have been praying to St Jude. Now in the semi-final, I thought it might have been a bit of a sign of a weakness that Mullinahone only had 2 scorers. One was Lorraine O'Shea, who's on the ball. Now she scored 1-4, including 3 frees. I think she's missed that one though. Yep, our cameras showed that just going to the right and wide. She's saying no, it went over, but I'm sorry, Lorraine, that is not a score. It remains 1-1 to no score. The only other scorer for them that day was Denise Gall, so only 2 scorers. They'll need to spread it out a little bit, although it was enough on the day. This is Hannah Hegarty now, trying to steady the ship, and that's good play by her. They just need to get through a few tackles. Now they're on a run, and it's Cleona Nicoletti, and now it's Aisling Gannon. She speeds forward. She got a goal in the last game. She goes forward looking to try and create something, but she is bottled up there, and that's good defending by Mullinahone. And that's excellent work by Cody. Had a great game the last day. Her at 5 and Jennifer Brett, or Jenny as she's known, at 7, are known to bomb forward. And they're actually cousins, would you believe? Turned over again a little bit too easily from a Dublin point of view, and Mullinahone are dictating the pace and finding lots of room. This is Gunn. Again looking for O'Shea, but didn't get there this time because that's well covered there by Leah Butler, who's in there in defence. Alright, this is number 11, Naomh Kerr, the Monaghan girl, who's on the ball at the minute. And this is Hegarty again. She's the Dublin Camogie captain. Scored a point in the semi-final. This is Ellie Young, who's all the way out there in the middle of the field. She's only 18. Now she's trying to play it in where you'd think the full forward or maybe the right half forward might be, but that's actually gone to Lisa Morris. I mentioned the youth in the Mullinahone team. They've experience in Jude's. Now that's a bit wayward though. Lisa Morris is a 35-year-old physio. Naomh Kerr is 34. Nice story from LGFA in the papers this morning about her. Had a baby just under 2 years ago and has come back to play in an All-Ireland final. Didn't think she would play again, but she has. Good inspiration to everybody else. This is Shelley. Plays more as a defensive midfielder, I'm told, but she's certainly getting forward a lot early in this game. Support comes from Keneally, Kilkenny's senior camogie player. This is Cody. I told you she likes to bomb forward. She's done just that. O'Shea has got it again. She is such a handful in there, and she has a free and also has taken a bit of pain as well in there from that challenge, but she'll be fine. She'll get up to take it. Just checking all the time your messages on Facebook and on YouTube, so you have a choice of where to watch the game. We have it on YouTube and on Facebook, whichever you prefer. Some of you might prefer YouTube if you're wanting to project it onto your smart TV. Lorraine thinks better off it. She was going to have a go from a difficult angle, but went for the short one. That's probably a wise option. She gives it to her sister. And now she finds a little bit of space and finds the target as well. It's the O'Shea girls again. You see her again. They thought they had her covered. She goes on to the right. One look. Bit of a bandage on her right thigh, but certainly not stopping her today. She's flying. This is Foley. Oh, lovely little popped ball in there. Just a little bit too much on it. It's Gannon back there. Her twin sister is at number 4, Claire Gannon. Aisling, we expect in a more forward role, but they're both helping out in defence the way things are going. They need everybody back there, Jude's. Now Lorraine O'Shea yet again. A goal in the semi-final. Set one up for her sister. Sets her sister up again, and this time it's a point. The O'Sheas are causing absolute havoc for the Judes. That combination again of the girls from Mullinahone, and it's now 1-3 to no score. Aoife McAuliffe, the goalkeeper, with a really good kick out that time, and she found Katrina Devlin. Talking of young players, she's only 20. This is Ellie Young, she's only 18. Pumps it in there where you might expect, as I say, the full forward, and Aoife Keys is playing in there. And she has accidentally there caught her marker, or at least one of the defenders, and the referee is going to need to talk to her about that. She could be in bother. It could be a yellow card earlier on, and she apologises. No intent at all, but she still caught her. And the problem for Jude's is that they're getting up the pitch a bit, but then they are putting it in very high into that area, and they don't have anybody in there. You see it again, and here comes Keys in, going for the ball, eyes on the ball, and the referee looks like he has ticked. I haven't seen a yellow card now. Might still follow. He hasn't put the book away just yet. Yeah, he's still talking to Aoife. She's the captain of Jude's. Her granda, Ernest Kenny, was the first chairman of St. Jude's. She told me that he was a founder member. He was actually the chairman right at the start, back in 1978. He is a proud man today, and she is staying on the pitch. No card, but she certainly got a tick and a talking to. It's all Mullinahone. Now that one's going a little bit too far for them. For once they have misjudged it, and the wind has carried it over the end line. So 11 frantic minutes. Aoife McAuliffe again, thinking, where can I go? I'm playing into the wind. And And that's a great kick into the wind, actually. She's looking for Claire Gannon, but it might be turned over. There's a little bit of help there from Laura Doherty. Number 2 is back there, and they are going to get a free out, but so difficult for Jude's in the first half in the conditions. And a kick from the sideline just about stays in, but you just get the feeling it's coming back all of the time from the team in green and red. They are dominating. They are enjoying this. They are very much in control. They just seem to have all the answers, and they very patiently build it up around here, and then they look for the ball in for Lorraine O'Shea. She's standing behind her marker at the minute as Gunn goes forward. Now she's blowing for over-carrying, so they weren't that patient, or they were too patient that time. Here's Aoife Keys now, finally getting her hands on the ball and just leaves it off to Nicoletti. This is better from Jude's, but at this point they need to use the ball a little bit better. It's good to get your hands on it, move it around, a little bit of possession, calm things down, and this is better. They're moving it forward a little bit slower through the hands, but they've gone wayward again. Now they're a little bit lucky there to keep possession. They've done that quite a few times. They've given it away, but this could be a goal. Actually, she's right through, and it's a chance. Oh, she's blasted it to the net. What a brilliant goal. Oh, Kiva McGrath, named to start, fires it to the net. That's a brilliant reply. Absolutely superb response from the Dublin girls. Their first real attack of the game. Bang, brilliant goal. And you could see the fist pump there from the captain, Keys. She knew how important that was. Got them right back into it. Now only a goal down, a little bit of treatment required in there. So the momentum will be broken, but they won't mind. They've got a goal. 6-0 down. Does not sound good. 1-3-1 sounds a lot better from a St. Jude's point of view. So maybe, after all, they're certainly not a lost cause. Bit of a break here for that treatment for Lisa Morris. She's a physio, actually, so she'll be getting treatment. And she's fine to continue. She'll manage that, being a physio. The goalkeeper is Alice Browning, who, would you believe, had a penalty saved in the semi-final. She took the penalty. Brilliant catch there by Denise Gall out around the middle of the field. Looking for O'Shea, but turned over. Big scrap there to try and get it back, and it's won in the end by Jude's, to roars of approval from at least some of the crowd. Naomh Kerr. This is 18, Leah Butler, who started the game. Very well known in camogie circles as well. Oh, and she's run into a green and red wall, and it's been turned over, and it's been turned over again. Nicoletti now, another camogie player with Jude's, who won the Dublin title a few months ago. We covered that on a live stream, and what a super game it was against St. Vincent's. So very talented players here, but again, Jude's, I think that's the third time they have got through there and misjudged a hand pass and given it away, and it's a long way back. Oh no, it's not if you've got Hannah Hegarty in there to intercept. They haven't scored a point yet in the game, Jude's. Hegarty scored a point in the semis. Looking to get another one now, but sure, they'll take a goal if they can get it, and that looks like what they're going for, but good cover in there. And I think that was Cody getting back there with a vital interception. Maybe it's easier to go for goals in these conditions than to go for points. 15 minutes gone. We'll be coming up to the water break. What a start to this game. Look how fierce the challenge is there. Now that pass has gone astray, but Kerr is going to retrieve it. There's a player down. The play goes on. And Mullinahone have managed to repel that attack, and now they're looking to build. They haven't scored for a while now. And that ball is going to skim off the grass and go over the end line, and there will now be treatment. Do not be fooled by the scammers. There's lots of them coming in. And they're on the Facebook page, and they're an absolute nuisance. I'm sorry about that. We are deleting them as we go here, but they're a scourge. Do not pay for any of it. It's all free. And what entertainment it is for free. Absolutely superb stuff here in this game. I'd say we're very, very close to the water break. And if you're thinking there's no more water breaks, well, there are in ladies Gaelic football up until the 1st of April. If the competition has already started, which seems eminently sensible to me, you don't change it halfway through the competition. So there will be a water break here in a minute. And that's Laura Doherty punting the ball forward for her team, and it's well taken by Nicoletti. Foul comes in there, and Nicoletti wants the ball. She wants to take it immediately. She wants to get the ball moving. That's so important in the modern game. And Cody, though, has turned it over for Mullinahone. And this is her cousin, Jenny Brett, on the other side. Good patient play. And now they're trying to burst through. Brilliant tackle by Hannah Haggerty, though, to dispossess. They're really well watched by her. Smashing tackle there, and that's turned it round, and that means that the captain, Keys, has it. This is Claire Gannon all the way up in the forwards. Serious intensity out there from both teams. That's brilliant work by Naomh Kerr, and she gets it to Keys, and they get a free in at the end of all that. This is really turning into a fascinating contest between two really well-matched teams. On Facebook, Judy Farrell says, good response, Judes. We are with you. And Noreen Clifford agrees. Great response. It sure was. Now they're looking for their first point of the game. Has she got it inside the post? She has, you know. That's Ellie Young. 4 points in the semi-final. And she has got their first point today. 1-3 to 1-1. Brilliant response from the Dublin team from Temple Logue as we hit the water break. We can all take our breath now. Mark Tobin shows us that there's 640 on Facebook. That's 640 devices. It's actually up to 676 now. It's growing all the time. People are hearing that this is a game to watch. And Judes are fighting back. Always like to mention the officials today. We have mentioned the referee, Barry Redmond. Fourth official is Jonathan Murphy. And on the lines, it's Mags Doherty and Marion Hayden. And the umpires as well, we'll give them a mention, all from Wexford. Sean Gregg, John O'Reilly, Wayne Duggan and Rich Doyle. The camera there is on the Mullinahone players, and a little bit of treatment required there for Emma Cody. She's had a terrific game so far, and that looks like a finger injury. I wonder, is the finger been put back in? Maybe that's where our cameraman pulled away. We don't want to see that. Maybe you do. Teams are going back out. So Jude's Dublin Camogie senior champions at the minute. They've had ladies football in the club since 1996 though, so a good tradition of ladies football there as well. I think some of the people from the hurling Camogie area where Mullinahone is were thinking that Jude's was football, but no, it's both. Tough challenge. Well, actually it wasn't a challenge, it was two players from the same side colliding. They didn't mean to challenge each other, but they did. This is Naomh Kerr now speeding away, and she's support from Haggerty. Haggerty goes forward. She had a great point in the last game in the second half at an important stage, and Jude, you're through again, and this could be a goal, and it's sent low to the net. It's another goal from Jude's. What a reply, and it's the captain who has the keys to victory. Aoife Keys. Her granda was the first chairman of Jude's in 1978. Oh boy, he must be a proud man right now. They're right back into this game, and they're in the lead. What a turnaround from the Judes. And I have to say, one of the players who's made it happen, now it has been a team effort of course, but Hannah Haggerty in mid of the field has been very influential, breaking tackles and breaking lines and setting up plays. She's involved there again. Mullinahone, after that amazing start, they're now the team who are having to try and work out another plan. Plan A was the two O'Sheas, but Jude seemed to have put the clamps on that one. Here comes Haggerty again, and this is Butler. Playing into the wind, I have to keep reminding you, and that's looking good for Jude's. If they can even lead at half-time with the wind on their backs. It's going to be very, very tough for Mullinahone. I was trying to make the point about the hurling and camogie. Mullinahone right on the border with Tipperary, very much traditionally hurling and camogie country. Having said that, on the management they have Mary O'Shea, who was in the first Tipperary team, who won the very first All-Ireland Ladies football final in 1974, so there is a tradition of football there as well. Now, O'Shea needs this to go over, her team needs it to go over, but it's gone just to the left and wide, and that looked like one of the easier chances for her, but it has not gone over, and they just needed that to settle them. As it is, they're a point down. We're over 700 now on the devices watching. Goalkeeper McAuliffe gets a good strength on it, but I think maybe the wind caught it and brought it over the line. I'm looking at the flags around me and they're fluttering quite violently. That ball is actually going to go to Aoife O'Shea, and she tries to leave it back for her sister. Doesn't work this time. That worked perfectly for the first 7 or 8 minutes of the game, but now they can't get a score, they can't get a pass. That's the way football goes sometimes. This is Gall out around the middle of the field, getting involved there, giving it to Cody. And you see there again, Judes have settled. They're getting the challenges in. They were rocked early on, but what a response. And you see they're hunting in packs. Look at the 4-5 sky and blue and navy blue jerseys there surrounding the green and red. Getting a hand in, trying to break up the play. And they're certainly doing that. The referee says, I think that was too close, so it's going to be a free for Judes. See what I mean? When things go wrong, they really go wrong. And Mullinahone can't do anything right at the minute. And this is Ellie Young coming forward, the teenager. Oh, what a pass! Brilliant goal, and it's finished by Aisling Gannon, but it was all about the pass. That was absolute class. Can't wait to see it again. Here it is again, so composed. A little dink over the top, under pressure, on a plate. Third goal for Judes. That was sweet. What a goal. If you're a neutral at all, you have to admire that from the 18-year-old. Hannah Hegarty again bursting forward. Oh my goodness, what a response from the girls from Templeogue. They are buzzing now. They've scored 3 goals and a point after conceding 1 goal and 3. Now, Mullinahone, I said, can't get a decision for love nor money. Got a hot ball at least to contest now, though. Just checking your messages on Facebook as I go. Feel free to leave a comment there. There's now well over 700 people watching. Jude's going for a point this time, and they get it, and it's Naomh Kerr, the mummy. That one's for Ben. He's 2 years old next month. She's from Ballybay in Monaghan, and she's 34, and she shows that mums can come back and play in All-Ireland finals. Three, 2 to 1-3. Would you have bet on that after 7 or 8 minutes of this game when it was 1-3 to no score? Amazing response. Look at the ferocious tackling going in there, and it's a decision for Templeogue right in front of the huge crowd here. They are enthralled with this game. Now look at the tight marking there on Lorraine O'Shea. She got plenty of room at the start, and the referee does brilliantly there. He spotted that push. I saw it, and I wondered, was he going to give it? He has given it, and it's a free out, and the Jude's defenders deserve credit. They have really tightened up. Denise Gall tries to get in there, but Nicoletti comes away with it. This is Leah Butler, slips it to another of the higher numbers, Kiva McGrath, although they both started the game. That's Gannon up in attack, number 4, but she's right up there, Claire Gannon. And there's a challenge going in, I think, from Gall, and it's an illegal tackle, 14 on 14. Gall gets injured and gives away a free as well to Ellie Young. breathtaking stuff in Bolting glass. Denise is okay. Now Ella Young. I think she's got it, you know, and she has. Great composure from the teenager. Alice Browning, the goalkeeper. I was telling you, she had a penalty saved in the semi-final. She went up and took it, but the other keeper saved it. To get a penalty today, I wonder would she take it. Now that kick out was aimed at her captain, Molly Walsh, but Jude's have contested it. Free given for Mullinahone, but you see how difficult Jude's have made it for Mullinahone. They're having to scrap for every ball, whereas at the start they seem to have so much time and room. Hegarty, inevitably, again bursting forward, wins it, gives it, gets it back. Oh my goodness, they are rolling now, and Lisa Morris has it, but she's blown for charging, so a decision goes for Mullinahone. And they're getting the decisions, but they're not getting up the pitch like they did. I'm looking off camera and I'm seeing at least one sweeper for Jude sitting on the 45-meter line. So they have tightened up at the back. Credit to their management there for responding to the situation. Their manager is Jeff Kane, with John Conlon, Pauline Doherty and Mick Nerney in there. They have got to grips with this game, and their team has got to grips with it. And Mullinahone are finding it so hard just to get up the pitch at all. Now Gall goes for the route one, and this is the ball that worked earlier on. Might work again. And it's Gall. I thought it was Gall kicked it, actually. I'm getting confused. Gall couldn't have kicked it to Gall, but it is Gall now on the ball. And she looks to play it across. Oh, that's a brilliant ball. And I think it was to Lorraine O'Shea, who maybe gave her the ball in the first place, and now Lorraine has it. There's excitement in the crowd as she gets it, but brilliantly blocked down. And who is it? Of course, it's Hannah Hegarty. Now, can Jude's profit? It's the two Gannons, the twin sisters combining. Oh, and Claire tried to get it to her sister Aisling, both 18-year-old, but it was intercepted. Mullinahone. And this is the ball that they like. They're trying to cut out the sweeper, but they didn't manage to because Kiva McGrath read it beautifully. So that ball that worked so well now cannot get through. 3-3 to 1-3, 2 goals in it. Gannon is there again, gets a hand to it, but it breaks for Eva O'Shea. And at the back I'm watching again, the defensive structure from St. Jude's is very organised and very impressive. And you see it again, but this time it's actually broken over the defence. There's a chance now for Lorraine O'Shea. They need a response. Oh, she's bursting through. She's unstoppable. She may be done for over-carrying. And yes, the referee has blown. She just took too much out of that. Now, she did sort of get fouled there, I think, but it was maybe after the over-carrying. And she just took too much out of it. Looked for all the world like she might hit the net, but was maybe on the wrong side. Brilliant burst though, looked so threatening and went past her player like she wasn't there. And Mullinahone could have done with that, but they might still get something. This is Gunn. She leaves it off, and it's the other O'Shea, and she puts it wide from there. Oh, these are agonizing times for Mullinahone. 1 minute you can't miss, the next minute you can't score. The O'Shea girls were on fire earlier on. And remember, they have that strong wind. McAuliffe, the goalkeeper. Good strong kicking into the wind, but Mullinahone have won it. Lots of sky blue and navy blue jerseys getting back, so Mullinahone are forced to go to the corner. Denise Gall is there. She's forced to come back out and does come all the way back out. The wind carries it though. I don't think it was meant to go to the centre half forward Keneally, but she got it. This is O'Shea. We are on injury time at the end of the first half. A first half that started so brightly with so much promise with this girl. And she's going to end it in style as well. They needed that, and they have got it. A brilliant score from Lorraine O'Shea. They started with a blaze in the first 20 seconds of the game, and she set up her sister, and that's more like it, and that'll give them some heart. 3-3 to 1-4. Great kick out again, looking for Aisling Gannon, who does really well, but tackle comes in, and the referee said that is illegal. I think maybe he's indicating there was a tug on the jersey. Katrina Devlin with it now. Kerr is making herself available, but she decides to go forward towards Gannon. Cody comes in though and wins it, and that's tough tackling there from Keneally. The number 11 there showed no fear for Mullinahone and got hurt for her troubles. She's a Kilkenny senior camogie player, 25 years old. She took one for the team there. That was painful. But I think she got the decision, and she'll say then it was justified. Now the referee Barry Redmond going over to have a word with someone on the sideline there, and they're all happy to continue. Referee going to check on an injured player. I think he's going to hop the ball when he comes back. So we have a player here in a bit of pain. So that's what the hold-up is now in the 32nd minute, nearly the 33rd minute of this game. I hope you're hearing the crowd noise here, because there's a terrific atmosphere here at the game. At half-time, by the way, we're going to be looking ahead to tomorrow's CurrentAccount.ie All-Ireland Intermediate Final. We'll hear from Castlebar, and we will hear from St Sylvester's. The Dublin team, and the Dublin team here today going well. Dublin have a good record in this competition. They won it in 2016 with St Maur's, 2012 with Thomas Davis, and 2007 with Foxrock Cabinteely. Would you believe that's where they started? And look at them now. Another decision goes for Jude's. They've battled so well to get those decisions. That's Ellie Young leaving it out and gets it back again. She had options there, an easier one than that, but decided to kick it cross field. Great battling, and it was Haggerty, of course, who did it again. She was the one in there, and she has definitely been my player of the first half. And that's Kiva McGrath, by the way, from Waterford, in case you were wondering, the 24. Thought I recognised the name. Just thought it was another Kiva McGrath, but it's another one that we think it is anyway. Maybe someone will tell us on Facebook. And here she is. This is McGrath on the ball now, trying to get through, and I think she's got a free, or maybe it's a hot ball as another player going down, and we're getting a few stoppages here, I think purely because of the ferocious nature of the game. Now, I know there's a lot of people watching on Facebook. I don't think the messages are coming through. Maybe we halted them because of the amount of spam and scam that we were getting there, but maybe we'll pick them up again in a minute or two, or at half time, because I know they'll want to tell us what you think of the game and of the response from Jude. That's been the story of the first half. 12 plays 7, a 5-point lead. I think that's Brett actually who's hurt, is it? Or is it the cornerback? Trying to see, her hair's right down over her numbers, so I can't see, so apologies for that, but she's back in the play. That's the important thing. And the full back line, I wonder, is it 4 actually? It might be Aoife O'Brien. This is Haggerty again. Clever ball to Young. She's got a great strong kick on her, and an accurate one as well. A brilliant way for Judes to finish the half, and surely that is the end of the half. And Young has been outstanding in the first half, and I'm going to revise it and say the joint players of the first half, Ellie Young and Hannah Haggerty, both involved in that score. Referee looks at his watch. I fancy this is about it in the 36th minute. Kick goes short. Referee says that's okay, we can play on. I have Mullinahone got one last attack in them in this half, and she runs into Hannah Hegarty, and that's going to be a free to Jude's. And there's the hooter, actually. I forgot we had a hooter today, to be honest. And there it is, and that's half time. 3-4 plays 1-4. And yeah, the injured player a minute ago was actually number 4, Aoife O'Brien. Just checking on that one for you. Her sister Dara is one of the mentors, and the mentors have a lot to do at half time. Big crowd here enjoying the game in the stand. A blustery day in Baltinglass, but a great day in terms of football and excitement, and what a brilliant first half we had there for you. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to play you some interviews looking ahead to tomorrow, the intermediate finals tomorrow, the CurrentAccount.ie All-Ireland Intermediate Final. It's St Sylvester's from Dublin, and it's Castlebar Mitchells, and we will have a live stream on that again, same as this, on the Ladies Gaelic Football Facebook page. Now we're going to play you some interviews from the two captains looking ahead to the game. Danny, what's it like to be here in Croke Park today in the beautiful sunshine?
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible, and it's lovely to meet all the girls, and we're all chatting away, so I don't know if we'll be that friendly in 2 weeks' time, but it's great to be here, yeah.
And it's just another step of your journey. It's so much fun, it seems, just looking at it from the outside, to be on this journey, to still be involved in January.
Yeah, absolutely. We were all just saying that it's been such a long season and we can't believe that we're still going, but yeah, no, it's absolutely great.
Must be really special to be involved in your club, but to lead as well. What's it like for you as captain, do you think?
It's a bit surreal, yeah. Any one of the girls could be here today, but it's an absolute honour, and it's very privileged to be here.
It seems to be new territory for all of you. I mean, it's your coach Anthony's there in his first year, and you guys have come through. You were senior last year, you've dropped down, but you've just come so far so quickly.
Yeah, we were just saying that it's our first year in intermediate, so it didn't last too long. We'll be straight back up to senior, but I think it was great for us. New experiences. We haven't been here in over 10 years, so hopefully some of the older girls will use their experience, and some of the new girls will. They're all really looking forward to it, and yeah.
We know all about the community efforts in Sylvester's. It's just growing all the time with you guys, but I wonder, could you name one person, not a player, but one person, or maybe two, I'll let you do two if you want, but just from around the club who would mean a lot to, who've done an awful lot of work over the last while to get you here?
There's plenty, and that I could say. I think all the young girls deserve a shout out, and then I think like the committee, the ladies committee in the club have done a tremendous amount of work. The soup and sandwiches, the ribbons around, the bunting, so there's too many to name, but definitely the young supporters and the ladies committee have been phenomenal.
Well, could I name one? Mick Stewart.
Yeah, he's been around for some time, and he always gives me a hug after every match, and it's great to see. So yeah, he's definitely one to mention.
And finally, a mention for your sponsors, Zoukar. I mean, they're going on a successful journey with you, it seems, because they're also involved at national level with Ladies Gaelic Football. So that sounds like a good partnership you've got going there.
Yeah, absolutely. They came on board this year, and we can't thank them enough for the support they've given us, and bit of a lucky omen, I suppose, so big shout out to them as well.
Lisa, what's the excitement like in Castlebar, but also for you here today in Croke Park?
Oh, it's brilliant. I suppose it's great achievement to get here, and it's very exciting to come up. I've never been up here before to do anything like this, so it's brilliant. At home, I suppose, in Castlebar, it's great. I suppose the community have gotten behind us all week, not even just this week, but in the last few months, they've really got behind us, kind of painting the town red and yellow for us, and there's huge excitement, and especially after Saturday's game, everybody is so delighted for us, and they're thrilled that we're through to the final, and hopefully they'll even push on now and give us a little bit more backing for the final. So yeah, it's brilliant.
But surely the best example of all that was your sister coming home from Canada in December just for the game. Will she be home again?
I don't know now. She hasn't any plans to come home, because I suppose we didn't know what was going to happen after Saturday, but it'd be great to get her home, so she'd be delighted to get home as well. But because she was home so soon before I don't know if she'll make it back again. It's a bit far away, but she'll definitely be watching us anyways. But yeah, no, we miss her too. She used to be part of the team, so I suppose it was nice and special that she could get home for the kind of final. And sure, you know, it was great that we won that day as well. So it kind of even made it even more special for her. So yeah, I'm sure she'll be watching if she doesn't come home. But it'd be brilliant if she could get home for it. But we'll see.
Saturday now, the semi-final. What a blitz of goals after the water break. 3 goals in 4 minutes. I mean, what was that about?
Yeah, I think the water break chat maybe spurred us on a little bit. You know, the management kind of told us, you know, get our heads together and, you know, really we need to push on if we're going to win this game. And I think that was in the girls' heads going back onto the pitch. And yeah, we drove at them and, you know, it worked out for us for, I think it was 3 goals and a point in 4 minutes. So it was brilliant, but we won't talk about what happened after that. It kind of went a bit downhill, but sure, look, we stuck at it and we pulled away with the win in the end because I think the girls kept it together. But yeah, no, it was brilliant. It was amazing. 3 goals and a point in 4 minutes is special.
Now, All-Ireland final, they don't come easy. St Sylvester's, you know all about who they've got. Sinead Ahern, Nicole Owens, Kate Sullivan, the lot. I mean, how are you going to even take that on?
Yeah, I suppose like we watched their game yesterday, like they're a superb outfit, you know, they're not going to be an easy game whatsoever. So I suppose we just have to keep the heads down now for the next 2 weeks, work hard in training and drive on. And I suppose like, you know, we have a few county players as well, so hopefully we can, you know, match it up and see how we get on the day. But we're really looking forward to it and great to have a challenge, you know, to look forward to. So yeah, it'll be good.
So we've talked about everybody. Let's bring it back to you just at the end as captain. How do you feel about leading your team into an All-Ireland final? And I say team, it's not just a team, it's your club, it's your community.
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, you know, I was captain last year as well, and I suppose we lost in the county semi-final, and that was very disappointing for all of us, you know. And we really drove on this year, I suppose, and towards the end of last year. And just, I suppose, as captain, like, it's brilliant. Like, I have a superb bunch of girls there, great backroom team management. You know, they really push me on as well, and they're always there to support. And like I was saying over the weekend, like, you know, any one of our girls could be captain. Everyone gets involved. You know, there's loads of girls speaking up in the dressing room, on the pitch. There's loads of leadership there. So, you know, it makes my job a lot easier. And you know what, it's lovely to have such a bunch of girls that have the same, I suppose, end goal at the end of the day. And, you know, they're brilliant. They're just so hardworking and everybody gets on. There's a great morale in the team. And you know what, it just makes it easy to go to training, to go to matches, and it's just brilliant. So
I'm going to ask you a question that I've asked one or two of the other girls. Could you name one player, or no, not even a player, one person in your club who you would like to mention above all, who's maybe been there locking the gates at the end of the night, that kind of thing? Just one person.
Well, I suppose Marita, our manager, she's been there, like she played with us for a while, and she came from Fermanagh. She was inter-county with Fermanagh, and she came and played with us for a long time. And then I suppose when she came in as manager, it was really special for a lot of us, because we thought that when she kind of hung up the boots that was it and we wouldn't have her again. But since she's come in, she's been so special to the team, and you know, she plans our training sessions, she takes control along with the rest of the management, but she really drives us on. And she really, like, she came on at the weekend, you know, and like, you know, not every club can do that. And I suppose just the amount of time and work and effort that she puts into us on and off the pitch, you know, it's amazing. And she's just so special to have in the team. So she's one person that I'd like to say thanks to. Yeah.
Introducing Current Account from your credit union.
Current Account comes with a globally accepted debit card. Now all my savings and banking needs are with my credit union.
Current Account from your credit union. Sign up now. Introducing Current Account from your credit union.
I signed up to Current Account from my credit union. It was simple, and now I have complete control over my daily finances.
Current Account from your credit union. Sign up now.
Back with you in Wicklow, the Wicklow Mountains above the pitch here in Baltinglass. Players are not back out yet for the second half, but that gives me a minute to respond, or at least comment on some of your comments, because we have the comments back on Facebook after getting rid of all those scams and spams. As I say, don't pay for it. This is free from the Ladies Gaelic Football Association, and what a treat it is today and tomorrow. Tomorrow we have the CurrentAccount.ie All-Ireland Intermediate Final. You just saw a preview of it there. We have it live tomorrow as well, but look at the crowd here at this game. and they are loving it. Lots of flags, lots of young people, old people, every type of people. They are having a great day here at this game. Now the players are coming out from Mullinahone for the second half. Let me go back to your Facebook messages that are now coming in, I am glad to say. So we had to block them for a minute or two there, but I think we've sorted that out now, and we will accept your comments in the second half, and towards the end we'll take your contenders for player of the match. So far for me it's either Ellie Young at 14 or Hannah Hegarty at number 8. Now Biddy Ryan, what a famous name, I know her. She says, Mullinahone, keep it going, you can do it. Should have been a sin bin in the first half for Jude though, she says. And that's Biddy Ryan. Thanks for the message, Biddy. Glad you're at least enjoying the coverage, if not the way things going. Patricia McGuire says, come on Mullinahone. Mairead Kerr says, watching my wee sister Naomh all the way from Perth in Australia. Well, you should be proud of her. She is 34 years old. She did a story in the paper this morning about coming back after having a little boy, Ben, almost 2 years ago. And that's Mairead watching in Australia. I bet you're proud. You should be. Gemma says, yes, that's Kiva McGrath from Waterford. It is actually Kiva McGrath that we were thinking from Waterford. Yeah. And Aisling McCabe says, delighted to see Naomh Kerr back on the field and playing a super game. She was always a pleasure to play with at St. Bridget's in Ballybay in Monaghan. Well, she's going well in this game. She's having a great game, as are all the Jude's players, but boy, they had a terrible start. Now for the second half, there's no sign of Jude's yet. They're taking their time. But Mullinahone, interestingly, are already out for the second half. But what a battle they have in this second half to turn this around, because it's 3-4 to 1-4 after a brilliant start to the game. They are now struggling, and they are going to be playing against the wind in the second half. So as I say, keep the messages coming. We are on Facebook and we're on YouTube at the same time, so you can watch it on either. I'm watching the Jude's players now coming out for the second half, led of course by their captain Aoife Keys. And to remind you, they made 3 changes at the start of the game. Aisling Gannon came in, as did Leah Butler and Kiva McGrath. And yes, we have had it confirmed from Gemma, she is the Kiva McGrath from Waterford. So lots of connections, as you often find with a city club. For example, Aoife Rocket was named at number 10. Now she hasn't started, but she's Waterford as well. In fact, her sister is Naomh, who's the County Camogie captain. I was really looking forward to her playing, actually, because that would have meant that we had a rocket on the field, and we already have Chloe Gunn at 13 from Mullinahone, the 17-year-old, so we had a gun and a rocket. That's dreamland for commentators and journalists. You just want her to get the ball and break through, and then you say she's going to pull the trigger and Gunn shoots to the net. Might happen yet. We'll keep an eye on the changes, if there are any. Just watching a nice little shot off camera there, actually, and one of the Jude's players, the number 13, and it is Chloe Gunn, giving a fist pump to the crowd, obviously spotting her relatives and friends in the crowd down to my right. So at least 30 more minutes of this. If they're still level, it will go to extra time, and it will go to 30-metre kicks as well. 2 years ago, the last final was played up in Ballinasloe, and it was the Rena Buckley final. Can also remind you that Dunboyne won this in 2015, and Fox Rock won it in 2007. So this is where it all starts. You can move up through the ranks. You got to win this one first, but boy, it's tough. Mullinahone are going to have it tough in the second half. They look up for the fight, though. This is Eva O'Shea putting it into the corner, up to her sister, of course. They just have a direct link that seems to work most of the time. And there it comes back now to Nicole Shelley, 24-year-old teacher, up against Hannah Hegarty. 2 number 8s in there. There's no way past Hegarty. Now that's a ball that could be intercepted. A challenge went in and the referee gives it as a free. Correct decision yet again from Barry Redmond. He's been on the ball all of the time. Now he's going to hold that up because there's an injury, but that's the problem against the wind when you try to hit a ball like that across the field. The wind can hold it up and it can look like an inaccurate one. It doesn't carry, and then it takes a bit of courage to come in and intercept, and that's exactly what happened there. Gannon plucks that one out of the sky, gives it to her sister. The twins are running riot for Jude's today, the 18-year-olds. Now, this is Gunn. Oh, brilliant tackle comes in though. And then a cynical pull there, and she is in trouble. Oh dear, the gun fired there. See, I'm going to get my pun in eventually, and the gun could be off. The gun could be silenced here because that was a deliberate pull down after she lost the ball. Now, I know it was an instinctive reaction, but it still looks to me like she is in bother. This could well be a sin bin here. Dare I say, if the referee pulls the trigger, and he does. Yellow card and a sin bin at the start of the second half. Well, from a neutral point of view, that could level things up a little bit. Mullinahone playing into the wind, but have an extra player now. Shelley gives it back to her fullback, Gráinne Horan. Gráinne now doing well, but having to battle hard, and then tries to get it through, but doesn't get it through. Gráinne Horan. She has a sister, Emer, in the subs, not to be confused with Emer Horan at number 2. That's a different Emer Horan. Jude's have it back though, and Young fancies that, and why not, the way she was shooting in the first half, but that one dropped short. Now the goalkeeper spills it. It was obviously blowing around in the wind, but there was nobody there to capitalise, so Browning got away with it. Pressure being applied again on Mullinahone, and it's Shelley on the ball again. Things just not flowing as well as they did earlier on, and it's Hegarty, who else, who's won it again, and there's a chance of a goal here. She's going to take her point. Oh my goodness, what a player this is. She certainly is in the front running position for player of the match. Hannah Hegarty stole that one, put it over. She's everywhere. She's number 8, but she's up in the right corner forward position. And that's the sort of score that breaks hearts and spirit. Now that kick from Browning is going over the line, and there you see the problems in the second half, playing into the wind. So hard to just get possession. Aimed at O'Brien, but goes over the line. So Mullinahone have quite a battle just to get up the pitch, never mind to get scores, but Jude's did it in the first half. And there's the sideline. The manager's taking the water on board. I gave the management out earlier for Jude's. The management from Mullinahone is, of course, Paul Kelly. 2 All-Stars in hurling. An All-Ireland winner in 2001. And he has Mary O'Shea, Dara O'Brien and Jack Lonergan in there. Goalkeeper did well. Cody does well. Eva O'Shea does well. She comes forward. Hegarty, who else is back there to tackle, but O'Shea's still going. Oh, that was the right option. She took her time before giving it to her sister this time. Lorraine has it on the right foot. Oh, the O'Sheas are not done yet. Great work all the way up the field. A real team effort, finished off by the O'Shea sisters. 3-5 plays 1-5. That'll give them a little bit of impetus. Aoife McAuliffe, 25-year-old goalkeeper. Her kickouts have been superb, and there's another one, although it broke from Ellie Brown, and Shelley was very quick to get it. Now the referee looked like he didn't make it a foul out of that, but, or not made a foul, he made a decision that it was a foul, but then changed his mind and says that was a bang to the head, or maybe he's just holding the play up. Maybe it's not a free, maybe it's going to be a Mullinahone ball, but wisely holding it up as you have to do if there's a head injury. So that's what he's done. Feel free to message me on Facebook. We have 700 devices tuned into this, and a huge crowd here at the game as well. Considerable interest in this CurrentAccount.ie All-Ireland Junior Final. St Jude's formed in 1978 only. That's the club. Started playing ladies football in 1986, but boy, they're going well today. Mullinahone, in contrast, their club started in 1885. Great tradition down there on the Kilkenny Tipperary border. As I said earlier, Kilkenny people cheering for Tipperary today, because they've players from both sides of the border playing here today and giving it everything in the green and red. This is nice play involving O'Shea yet again, the O'Shea sisters again, and that could drop in, you know, but it's just gone to the right and wide. But the referee, I think, is looking to bring it back, and he is, because there's a player down, and that's Katrina Devlin, number 5 for Jude's. Might be a free out actually, but he certainly wouldn't have given that if it dropped into the net. I welcome your comments on Facebook. You have the choice today of watching it on Facebook or on YouTube. But certainly you can leave a comment, and in a while I'll be asking you for your contenders for player of the match. There is a player of the match award, an official one in this game, so I'll certainly bear in mind your thoughts. Referee Barry Redmond goes and has a word with his officials just to make sure they're all on the same sheet. Looks like he's got someone he wants to talk to. No, he's actually just making a decision. I think he's calling it just as a wide, and he's having a word with a few players, but waiting for Katrina Devlin, the 20-year-old student, to get back on her feet. And in fact, he's not even going to wait for that, because it's not a head injury, so he says we can play on. McAuliffe uses the wind. It drops from Naomh Kerr kindly to Hannah Hegarty, and she manages to find a way through 3 or 4 green jerseys to get it to Nicoletti, but it's been overturned, and Mullinahone have won that. And a pat on the back there from Nicole Shelley for that fighting back. I think it was, who was it? It was 13 actually. It was Gunn. I thought Gunn had gone off. Did I get that mixed up? I did, you know. It was Lisa Morris who went off. Apologies, of course. I've just realised what I did there. Sorry about that. Me with all my puns as well. They were wrong. Sorry about that. Here comes Mullinahone now, but covered by Gannon. Claire Gannon was across there. Yeah, so just to clarify that, I think I got carried away with my puns. It was the other 13 from St Jude's who went off. That's Lisa Morris, of course. So she's been off about 3 or 4 minutes at this stage. The important thing is that Jude's have only 14 out there at the minute. Apologies to Chloe Gunn. She's still out there, still firing. All right, I'll stop. This is Gannon leaving it off to Young. She's got support from the other Gannon, but she doesn't use her. She looks for Kerr. Keys is trying to get there, but it's going to be taken by Cody. Cody chased by the Jude's captain, who's penalised. She protests, but the referee says, shush. No back chat, get on with the play. Now that looks a bit wayward, but courage again from Michaela Keneally to win that ball. And then by Nicole Shelley. Mullinahone are digging very deep to stay in this game, but they're having to do that just to try and get up the pitch, but they're still 6 behind. Sub coming on for St Jude's. It's number 7, Naomh Murphy, 19-year-old student. And she is coming on for number 18, Leah Butler. So Mullinahone, what have they got in the tank? Shelley does a lot of work in the engine room there, but she's actually blown for overcarrying under pressure from the other number 8, Haggerty. She doesn't waste it. She waits. She picks out Ellie Young. Sensible play. And she goes cross field though a little bit. The wind has held that up, but Gannon still rescues the situation, gives it back to Kerr. Haggerty always seems to take the right option, although that one was a little bit tight. Kiva McGrath was in there. This is the other Gannon twin. This is McGrath coming back out to Claire Gannon. Finally intercepted and won there. The referee says that's a free in, and that's obvious frustration there for Nicole Shelley. She thought she had won it and crashed into the opposition number 8, Haggerty. It's going to be a free in just when they thought they'd got a chance to get up the field and maybe reduce the gap from 6. It looks like it's going to go the other way and be extended. Helena Turley Freeney on Facebook says Come on, Jude's such a brilliant game. It sure is. Tommy Kieran says tough game and conditions. It is, you're right. It's tough stuff out there. And Conway says, come on, the Judes. Thanks you for those messages. Just lets me feel that there's somebody out there. So glad to know you're watching. Although the screen does tell me there's around 750 devices tuned in. Kick out, goes up the middle and is taken by McGrath in the right place. Bursts forward now, showing her strength, but the referee says that's over carrying. And Molly Walsh, the captain, is in an awful hurry. I say captain, she's a joint captain along with number 7, Jenny Brett. They need captains, they need leaders, they need effort, they need supreme effort, because it's been tough so far. It's going to take an amazing effort from Mullinahone to get back into this, but they're certainly not giving up. This is O'Shea. And Doheny says, come on, Mullinahone, great little village. And this is Lorraine O'Shea, but lots of blue jerseys back there. And there is one of them getting a boot to it, and that was good play by the girl who's just come in, Murphy. Haggerty again just pops it over. She knits this team together so well, and Young gives it back to Haggerty. Oh, that's lovely play, because now it's Kerr coming through the middle. Oh, and they just lost it there after that promising move. Shelley. She will run all day, and she is giving everything for the cause, but it's very difficult because there's a sweeper back there. That's the number 5. That's Katrina Devlin, but still the number 25 for Mullinahone, Marion Gilman, who's into the play. Maybe she came in at half time actually, but she got out to win that, but having to win it with 2 players on her. Shelley yet again. Now this is Gall. And beyond that, there's blue jerseys back. You might see number 5 there, and beyond that, number 2, Laura Doherty for Jude's back there, minding the house. So they definitely have tightened up, Jude's. They conceded 1-3 earlier on, but they've only conceded 2 points since then. They might concede another one now. That's an obvious free in. Shelley, of course, is in there in the middle, wrestling and battling for it. The free already given. Kay Byrne says, come on, Mullinahone. Watching from Meath. Jude's 7 up. Lorraine O'Shea trying to make it 6. Six it is. Our resident viewer in Canada has contacted us. Always good to hear from you, Veronique. She says COVID has put their league on hold out there in Montreal, so happy to be able to watch the game. We're happy you're enjoying it. A kick is looking for Kerr. Goes all the way through. Oh, and it might fall kindly for Aisling Gannon. It does. She does well to read that. Haggerty with another pinpoint pass. Aisling Gannon with another strong run. Gets support from Gunn. Gunn decides not to pull the trigger herself and leaves it back to Ellie Young off her left foot, just to show that she's got a left foot as well. It looked a good pass, but it was very well intercepted. Oh, and again, bursting through. So frustrating for Mullinahone, and it's their number 6, Molly Walsh, trying to get through, but it's not the first time they've been pulled up for that. Oh, and here's the ball for the corner back. It's Claire Gannon up there. Never mind her twin sister, Aisling. She can score as well. Aisling scored a goal in the last game. Now her twin, 2 18-year-olds, of course. Claire has got up and got her own point. And it's 7 up again. Now the referee is holding play up. There's a substitution. And it's 15 for Jude's. That's Hannah Begley, 23-year-old teacher. And she's going to come in place of Lisa Morris. I think Morris must have just come back in after the sin bin. Or did I get that completely wrong? I'm not sure, to be honest. There's so much happening here. The important thing, though, is that it's 3-7 to 1-6. A 7-point game coming up to the water break. A pat there from the manager, Jeff Kane. because she's done her job and Jude's have done their job. Now, she got a point a minute ago. She's got possession again. She's got it again, Claire Gannon. Never mind the number on her back. She's going for another point. She's got a taste for it now, but that one goes to the right and it goes wide. You can maybe see the flags over on the right of us, where you can see, yeah, you can see it in that shot there. They're fluttering quite strongly, and that shows you how intense it is out there and how easy it is for the team playing with it to put it up in the air and let the ball carry. And it shows how hard it is for Alice Browning here in goals to try and pick somebody out and try and get possession from this. There it is, the ball held right up and drops into the arms of Ellie Young. It's exactly the problem for the team under pressure. 7 down and into that strong wind. Still time for Mullinahone though. But it's going to take something special, I feel, at this point. And that kick from Young is accurate yet again. What a smashing young player she is. And there behind the goals, by the way, you see the little coffee stand there. That's the Armadillo Grind on Instagram. Promised I'd give them a wee mention. It's the water break time, not the coffee break time, although there's lots of people getting their coffee. Iv, or is that Ivy McDonough, says, come on Mullinahone. So messages coming in on Facebook of support for the team from the Kilkenny-Tipperary border, but they need something very special. You see there, a little bit tricky for our cameras. It's so windy here, and you see the girls' hair blowing there as well. So you can imagine it's much more difficult down on the pitch. They're in a great position at the minute, St. Jude's, but down there in the Mullinahone dugout, they have it all to do. Paul Kelly and his team have to use all of their experience to try and inspire their team for one last big effort. That's the message in there. It's not over yet. You're still in touch if they can get up the field and get a goal, but Jude's are the team in command. Hear the crowd loving this game. Brilliant atmosphere at this final 2 years ago in Ballinasloe when Donaghmore won it. I remember it as Arena Buckley final, and I remember the atmosphere at that game and the crowd. I'm thinking it was the first time I'd really seen at that level the crowd from both sets of clubs getting really, really into it and loving a game. And that's what you're seeing here again today. Now Molly Walsh, the captain, has it all to do. Her team has it all to do. And look how hard it is just to break out. But they have broken out. Now Lorraine O'Shea has come deep to get the ball. And now she's heading up the field, faced by Kievan McGrath. But she's still going. And now the referee will give her advantage here. Might bring it back for a free, but she doesn't need it. She's still going. Comes back, looks for a bit of support. Now she goes for it, and that looks dangerous. And I thought it might drop into the net. Drops over the bar, and she says, come on, we can still do this. Last push, ladies, says Judy Farrell. There's the replay. There's the score. 3-8 plays 1-7. I did mention at the start one of the problems that I detected from the last day was that Mullinahone only had 2 scorers in the entire game, and that seems to be a problem again today. Lorraine O'Shea got 1-4 and Denise Gall got 2 points in the semi-final win, but you need more than 1-6. Now what can Cody do though? Can she contribute? Oh, she has got through, you know, and there might even be a goal here. She's still going and gets her boot to it. Oh my goodness, the skill, the courage. She went all the way through. That would have lifted the roof. It would have been one of the goals of the year so far. I know we're only at the start of February, but what a brilliant effort from Emma Cody, only 20 years old. So close. And that really would have set up a grandstand finish. The kick goes over everybody around the middle, drops to Molly Walsh, to Shelley. Is there more in the tank? from Mullinahone. Oh, brilliant tackle. No, referee says that was not a brilliant tackle from Aoife Walsh. Free in from Mullinahone. They take it quickly. That's what you need to do. So Shelley gives it to Gall. What has she got left? She's been followed by Emily Brown. Comes back out. Lorraine O'Shea. She's the score taker in chief. Off the post. So unlucky, but it might break. Everybody goes for it. Naomh Murphy was in there, and eventually Jude's come out with it. Oh, they've escaped again, Jude's. Could have been a goal a minute ago. Could easily have been a point. They have survived twice in there, Jude's. Agonising for Mullinahone. You admire their spirit, but their spirit could be broken at the end if they don't get a few more scores here. And it's Jude's giving it out to Ellie Young now. Oh my goodness, what a player this is. Young by name, young by age. She is only 18, but what a prospect. 4 points in the semi-final. Masterful today. And after what happened at the other end, that is breaking the hearts of Mullinahone. They go short, and it's their number 7, Jennifer Brett, known as Jenny, back there, grabbing it from the goalkeeper and trying to drive her team forward. And this is, of course, Shelley. She will get mentioned in Player of the Match dispatches. She's been just outstanding, as has Cody. Cody now tries to force her way past Gannon, but is blown for overcarrying. Oh, brilliant pass. And what else would you expect from Haggerty? But Mullinahone have got it back. 51 minutes gone. This is Catherine Foley from Mullinahone, dropping deep to try and get the ball up. This is Emer Horan. Her uncle, by the way, is John Lahey, the Tipperary hurling legend. It's Catherine Foley again. And Catherine has 2 cousins in the subs, Denise and Aisling, her sisters. Mullinahone. They're still going, they're still at it all, over carrying, and again frustration for Mullinahone. Just when they thought they might get through, they just cannot get a break for love nor money. Substitution for Jude's been lined up, but that's been won back by Chloe Gunn. Does brilliantly, gives it to Foley. They really deserve something here. Shelley again comes up against a brick wall, a blue brick wall. Jenny Brett. Shelley's there, but so is Gannon. Referee is holding play up because the substitution is being made. Now 23 for Jude's is coming on. That's Laura Martina. Now the captain, Aoife Keys, is coming off, and she really is struggling, as you can see. She can't even run off smoothly. There's obviously a bit of a problem there. So the captain for Jude's is off. Now Mullinahone try again. They've been knocking on the door for a while. That's Gall dropping it in there, but there's nobody there except the goalkeeper, McAuliffe. Incredible start to the game for Mullinahone, but since then they've only scored 4 points. Jude's have just been superior all over the pitch, or most of the pitch certainly. Now that's brilliant work. Oh, good battling, and she was unlucky there actually. Aoife O'Brien looked like she'd come out in front and won it, but the ball spilled, and the frustration continues for Mullinahone. If you remember the last game, they came out after the water break and scored 3 goals and a point in about 4 minutes. They need something like that again, but I don't see it happening just at the minute. Now, what is the cornerback doing in the corner forward position? Claire Gannon up there. She got a point earlier. She's looking for another one. But she's got a free instead. That'll do. versus Young. Surely even she can't put it over from there, although she might try. No, she goes crossfield. That's sensible, and looks for Aisling Gannon. And she has a lot of attention, but still gets her shot away. And you don't need me to tell you that went wide. Contenders coming in for player of the match. I'm welcoming them now. First one has come in from Rona Russell. She says Hannah Hegarty for player of the match. She's right up there. But who else? Who else do you think? Not over yet though. There's a Celtics bobble hat there. And that's the Mullinahone sideline. Have they got one last trick, or are they just going to hope and pray? Maybe they'll pray to St. Jude's, or St. Jude, the patron saint of lost causes. But is it a lost cause? Now the Twins have both put balls wide in the last minute or two. Let's see, is that a Dublin scarf or flag behind the goals, or a Jude's flag? Same colours, of course. Alice Browning. The fizz looks to have gone out of Mullinahone. Or has it? Lorraine O'Shea fastest to that breaking ball and gets a free as well. Takes it quickly. Gets it up there to goal. You know that's where it's going. Can she get it? She does. There's support as well there from Eva O'Shea. She's there if needed. She is needed, but the challenge comes in. A hand in from Naomh Murphy. Brilliant cover. And they just had that little edge through most of the game to win a lot of those exchanges after the opening of the game. The referee, I think, will hop this one, or is that a free in? Either way, it was another Mullinahone attack stifled by Jude's. There are the flags now, as you see. You see the strength of the wind, and you see the colours, Dublin colours, St. Jude's colours, flying high at the minute here in Baltinglass. Lorraine O'Shea, 3-9 to 1-7, the scoreboard up above her. They need a goal. A point will not really do. She knows that, so she's trying to burst through and tries to lay it off. And there's that goal in there, trying to get a boot on it. Oh, desperate times for Mullinahone, but it's just not happening. Just to let you know, the scoreboard on the far side there, by the way, we had a hooter at the end of the first half. The clock at the top of it is what we're going by. So we have a clock on your screen, says 57 minutes, but you see there on the screen now, it says 6 minutes and 6 seconds. That's thing, yeah.